Oh, Cardi B, Cardi B, Cardi B, I got to get in on you. And I know I'm 2 weeks late, but I still got to get in on you. And just because I'm 2 weeks late don't mean that you're going to get off easy. Let's talk about it, shall we? Hi, everybody. I'm back with another one. Coming to you straight out of NYC on this Friday night. And I just had to say, I was away for a couple of weeks because I had to take care of some business. But I'm really happy that I'm back, being able to make videos. And I really was watching what was going on with the Cardi B sketch with her and this real civil rights, the Real Housewives of Civil Rights. And I'm going to say something that may shock a lot of people. And what it is that I'm not surprised that she did this. I'm not. And I'll be honest with you, I wasn't really, and this made me surprising, I wasn't really offended by it so much because there was a sketch made years ago called The Real Housewives of Civil Rights. But I'm going to explain to you why I'm going to get in on her in just a moment. First of all, the person that did this sketch, that wrote it, his name was Rick Michaels. Now, I have a lot of issues with this guy. And it's not just what he did, but it's like personal things about him. The dude kind of creeps me out. But in this whole concept, what he was saying was that he created this piece to educate and to really shed light on history involving people in the civil rights movement. Now, this man didn't do anything original because there is a sketch called The Real Housewives of Civil Rights that was created in 2011. And it was created by Wayne Brady, and he played Malcolm X. And it was a couple of women that played actual women that was in the civil rights movement. You had Coretta Scott King. You had Betty Shabazz. You had Winnie Mandela. You also had Rosa Parks. You even had, there was another person there, I believe. I might be wrong about it, but also Marilyn Monroe. And it's a little weird that she was there, but I understood the context because I read about how Marilyn Monroe wanted to be a part of the civil rights movement, but they told her, you need to have several C's way down the block because you're not coming here and being disruptive because nobody takes you serious. And we're trying to be serious about this. And you trying to help us protest for our rights? Girl, bye. No, not you. You can't help us. You can't even help yourself. And I'm being real serious about it. That's in so many words, of paraphrasing it. They were telling her, nah, no, Marilyn. But that one was more witty because it used actual historic facts and they wove it into the sketch. And it was funny, but it made you really, say like, oh, this really happened. Like some of it was a little comical. Like even some of it too was a little bit not, it kind of made you wish that they didn't spoof it, but at least it made sense for the most part. But what this guy, Michaels, did, he didn't do anything original. I believe he took the original Real Housewives of Civil Rights and did the sketch, and he put people in it like Cardi B, because she was up and coming. She was on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. He probably said, I'm going to get her to be on this sketch. And that way, I know it's going to be controversial. And, I don't care because it's going to really create buzz around my name because she's in it. And that's what I believe he did. I believe that's all he did with it. Now, this is my issue with Cardi B. My issue with Cardi B, and this is why I'm going to get at her, is because Cardi B doesn't really show respect to our culture. She is a rap artist. She has sold millions in singles, and she is a groundbreaking history maker on the charts. And I think it's sad that somebody like her broke Little Lauryn Hill's record, and it's got us thinking that our musical culture, our musical heritage for that being, is really going down the drain. But my issue with her is that when I mean she doesn't respect the culture, I'm not talking about hip hop. I'm talking about our black culture. Talking about, making fun of dark skinned people, particularly dark skinned women, even though you're married to a dark skinned guy and most of your fan base are dark skinned women, you make things, you compare dark skinned women to cockroaches. And when you're saying that, you're making mockery of the history of black dark skinned women in this country, because a lot of dark skinned women, Harriet Tubman, they made a lot of sacrifices. You even have people like Mary McLeod Bethune who were innovators in education. There are so many dark skinned black women that did great things to help us as people. And to see this girl be in a sketch that, okay, it was supposed to be a parody. It wasn't original. But, I mean, you had her saying lines like, I know my man is shit, but it don't matter because I know he marches home to me every night. Come on. And Coretta wasn't bopping her head like that. And it was just tacky. Like, to me, I wasn't appalled. The only thing that I will say made me mad is that they did post it during the whole commemoration of the 55th anniversary of the March on Washington. That was foul from TMZ. That was foul on their part. But to me, I do think that if there wasn't somebody like Cardi B there, and you just had women that weren't famous, I just think that it wouldn't have been really the worst thing on the planet. But Rick Michaels, I want to just say this to you. You didn't do anything spectacular. There wasn't nothing educating. What you did was you took something that had already been spoofed upon, and you took a moment in history that is very, 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 very heartbreaking. And you made a joke out of it. Like, I mean, with the original Real Housewives of Civil Rights, you had them different scenarios. Like, they were all meeting to have brunch. And pretty much you had Winnie, flying over from South Africa. She dealing with her husband, Nelson, being in prison. She don't know when he coming out. And you have Rosa Parks. She still don't want to give up her seat wherever she go. And then you have Betty that believes that, which was true, that the FBI is on them. And you have Coretta Scott King, who the woman who played her, she played her in a dignified way, but it was still funny. She just didn't understand why Betty was thought that everything was a conspiracy. She didn't think that. But it was like as if Coretta Scott King was trusting the system. That was her whole performance. And he had Marilyn Monroe wanting to, in the portrayal of it, be a whore, so to speak. She wanted to help, but she kind of wanted to get with one of them, either Malcolm or Martin. But it was cleverly written, Like I said, even though some of it was a little bit offensive at times, I wish they wouldn't have done it. But at least there were parts that was funny, and it made sense because the facts were historic. With this whole thing, you took a sad part of history, a heartbreaking moment, and had them planning. They were getting together to plan for the Memphis boycott, the day when he was going to be assassinated. And then you had a high yellow woman who was supposed to be the KKK spy. And then you had this white woman come in, call herself the Iggy Azalea of the movement, and saying, talking about Martin Luther King being a cheater. And I'm like, there was no need for that. There wasn't any substance in this sketch. And my thing with Cardi B is that I'm not surprised she took it, because she doesn't have any ties to our culture except for as a rapper, being a rapper. Like, she's Dominican, number one. And she says she knows she's black. But when she talks and insults dark-skinned women, it reminds of that she wasn't raised to think of herself as a black girl. She was raised to think of herself as a Dominican. She doesn't really even claim her Trinidadian heritage like that. A lot of people don't know that. She really doesn't. She really doesn't. And, to be fair and to keep it real, if this whole thing, because I know a lot of Latinos are like this. You have Latinos that will crack jokes on black people. But say something about their people and they will band together and they will try to ruin your life. It's a known fact. I've seen it happen, okay? I've seen it happen. And that, with that being said, I just feel that with Cardi B is getting fame very quick. And I am not a big Nicki Minaj fan. I have a lot of criticism with Nicki Minaj. But I think that we got to step aside and say, you know, we may not like Nicki Minaj, but I don't think that her fame is Cardi B's fame is very sincere. I believe a lot of people are making Cardi B famous to really spite Nicki Minaj. I honestly do. And with that being said, I just think that we as black people, we need to be careful who we let in, who we open the doors for. We need to really be careful, and we need to monitor that, because I think in the future we have to stop making everybody famous. We need to scrutinize who we're gonna make the next big thing. And with that being said, this is your girl, Miss Analytical, signing off. Make sure you check out my show on Spreaker.com. Make sure you follow me on Spreaker. Make sure you subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Hit the notification bell. Also share the videos and comment. And I'll talk to you soon. Take care.